Hello, I'm on set. We're going to talk about last night's dream intention that I set. I said, please help me to take inspired action as I fall in love with my goals. Yes, that is what I wrote down. So here's the dream. At a house with quite a few people, my dad announces, one family does not have the luxury of carpooling with us to the next destination. He says, those of you that are going, let's go now. I'm like, dude, I haven't even packed, but I'll just pack as fast as I can. He says, you are not allowed to bring a Powerball ticket. They are flammable. I don't know if he says flammable, but something like that. Okay, so at first you might think, where are you talking about, lady? But with this intention, please help me to take inspired action as I fall in love with my goals. So when people have dreams, the only person that can actually interpret their dream is themselves, because the messages are individualized. They're for you. And so it can be great to get feedback from others, but I actually way into that. But it's really important to pay attention to intuitively, what does this dream tell me? So right away with this dream, my thought is with my dad saying, one family does not have the luxury of carpooling with us to the next destination. Those of you that are going, let's go now. So I feel like if you consider everyone in the dream as an aspect of the psyche, and this includes the good, the bad, and the ugly, and not that anything is necessarily good or bad, but if there's one family not going to the next destination, and we're tying this to the intention of helping me to take action as I fall in love with my goals and pursue my goals. If you look at all the parts of your psyche, and it's or if you're considering parts work, people are into parts work. If you think about you going towards your goals, if there was one aspect you could uninvite, that would make it a lot easier for you to move forward. Who would that be? My first thought, I thought about it 3 times and who would I uninvite? My first thought each time was doubt. So how do you, with your whole being, and you're moving towards your destination of your goals, you're taking inspired action is okay, I'm going to go from here to here. And to do this, we're actually leaving one family behind. So maybe it could be doubt and something else. But I'm just going with the doubt family, Mrs. Doubtfire. That's kind of funny because you said you can't bring a Powerball ticket because they're flammable. Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. I don't think there's a connection. Maybe there is. Anyways, Mrs. Doubtfire is in the doubt family. So, leaving doubt. And then, can you consider picking for example, doubt? And it's I'm going there. Okay, I'm going to leave doubt at this destination because it's not going with me. I'm not going to successfully get to that destination with that doubt. So how do you leave the doubt? Doubt fire. You light it on fire. Well, I think you set the intention, and I think you believe that it's possible. And I've found when you leave out doubt, really magical things manifest. And so what this tells me is I have personally been shown visuals of experiences that I desire. And I believe that the dream shows me those to let me know that they're a possibility and for my future experience. And so, I mean, if it can be shown to me, that's like universe social proof, then okay, like, thank you, dream. I'm going to leave the doubt at this destination, and that's how I'm going to get to the next destination. And then I think the part about the Powerball ticket, so what that makes me think of, so you're not allowed to bring a Powerball ticket. They are flammable. Someone tell me if they have an interpretation of that. But I'm thinking a Powerball ticket is an external thing that someone is putting their hope in. And I think on my journey, it's been shown in different ways over and over, putting your trust and your faith into the universe, into the mystery, the unknown, the magic of the universe and the higher power, and your nature as a muse, a creative genius of your own life. So I love that. That's great. Help me to take inspired action as I fall in love with my goals. So the action, I keep taking action, but leave the doubt behind and put my faith in the universe and the magic of it all, and not in external, not like focusing on external things. And I get that message, like I said, in different ways, like really cool ways. So, but I don't know about you, but I tend to do well when I'm reminded of the same basic things over and over. And so I'm grateful. Like, what is it about being a human that you need this encouragement? I feel like you need encouragement. Like, why? And why do we need to be reminded of basic things? Like, what is there just like so much going on that you can't like be presently paying attention to all the pieces that work at the same time? It's like your focus and attention can go on like a few, and then it like flows, between. But it's like if you could keep, like the top 10 things that like definitely work on the on switch on all of them, like that, then you'd be full blown superpower. Like, so next. So thank you for listening to that dream. And hopefully it can inspire you to pick a family to stay, and it's not going to the next destination, the next luxurious destination. And by the way, he says, those of you that are going, let's go now, is like, let's do it now. Like, don't wait a week to think about leaving, who's going to stay behind. Like you intuitively, so bye. You can stick with the story. That's the story where you're in the story. It stops here. Bye. We're leaving without you. We're going, and like, you're like dead weight for this next leg of the trip. Okay. So that was my first dream of the night. And then the next dream, so I'm standing at a counter combing my hair, and I'm fully dressed. And before this moment, there is an entire dream that I have very loose memory of. But I was with a love interest, like my partner in the dream. And then there I am, standing at a counter, combing my hair. And then I suddenly become lucid, and I realize, wait a second. I I was just laying in bed under the covers. And like, I'm not a morning person. So I'm thinking to myself in this dream, I'm like, there's no way I got fully dressed and I'm up combing my hair. There's nothing going on today. Why would I like that? Like, this is a dream. So I realize it's a dream. And I realize it's a dream. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a dream. What do I want to do? It was like a dream where I have lucid dreams and I can make decisions and such in my dreams. But this one was like super cool because it was like an elevated level of being like, oh my gosh, here I am. What do I want to do? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go give my partner a hug. So I turn around. He's walking down these stairs towards me and I go, babe, can I have a hug? And then he gives me this huge hug. And then my awareness spans, or it just like the scene changes, where then my awareness is I'm looking down into a room and I see myself, I see my partner, I see a couple kids, and they're like we're playing on the ground, doing arts and crafts where we're doing like face paint. And it shows one of the kids like jokingly painting a beard, because that's what we're playing with. And then my message from that was like to not only think about, you potentially will have a kid, but think you could like realize like potentially that like eventually, if I go that route, a kid would become an adult with facial hair. And it's not like I would just have like a young child forever. Like I would have like the entire experience of the child becoming an adult. And then like, what would that experience be of having adult children? It's like, it's sort of like with playing around with visualization. It's like you can think, oh, I want this kind of family. It's like, oh, you could think about it at all different stages of your life. Like, that's what came to my mind. Or I could have a kid who's going to be born with a beard. Just kidding. And then the second kid that was there with us, like, had his face paint was of Spider-Man. And in the past, I've had messages come through of Spider-Man. Like, I'm wearing like this really cool outfit with like Spider-Man images and different stuff with Spider-Man. And then there's like, I can leave out like all these details, but basically with the dreams, you have symbols that the universe uses to communicate with you. And so Spider-Man for me is represents like, are you being the superhero of your story? Basically, you get to choose who you're being. And if you're being a superhero, you're being a pretty good version of yourself. And it's like, maybe you feel, you're in your healing journey and you feel insecure, you don't know what you want, and you don't have confidence or self-worth or whatever it is. And so for you to be like, I'm going to be a superhero of my life, it's like, what? But once you learn, you do your healing and you learn, you get, as the creator of your life, you get to decide who you are being. Are you being very materialistic? Are you being very service oriented in your life? Are you taking care of your body? Are you creating with your God-given gifts Like who are you being? And so Spider-Man represents like stepping into the version of you almost like on your highest timeline, really aligned with your authentic self, but also really stepped into your power. And so, I don't know, it was a pretty powerful dream, but I especially liked the moment when I realized I was lucid. And then I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I brought in this energy into this waking life of like, okay, here, like if you think of this waking life as a dream, it's temporary. We don't get this forever. And right here, right now, and I did it several times throughout today. I played with this. I go, oh, like I am in this here and now. What do I want to do? And you need to be, like, I would recommend being reasonable about it. Like, don't just go do something wacko, because you still need to like live in this reality. You might not wake up from it in 15 minutes. Like this is like a long-term reality that we're in. But at any moment in your day to reset yourself, you can think, oh, I'm in this experience. Oh my gosh, here I am. I get to do this. I get to be this version of me in this setting right here, right now. What do I want to do? Like, what do you want to do? Like, let yourself feel excited that you get to do that. And, maybe it's when you're at work and you're like, I get to do the best job I can at this job and connect with these people. And even if it's like you're doing something mundane, it's like, how can I look at it with fresh eyes and be like, here I am. This is my purpose right now. Let me love it. Like, I don't know. I feel like you should try it and let me know if you can feel into that type of experiment. But I really appreciated the message that came through. Like, I feel like I'm just going to repeat myself, but like right now it's like, I get to be Celia. Like, this is my chance. What do I want to do? Like, well, I obviously want to tell stories about dreams and educate people, or just like kind of whomever's willing to listen, just help them, find a little more light on their path. So those were my stories for this day. And yeah, thanks for listening. I definitely encourage creativity, not taking as many things so seriously. And because again, this is temporary. How can you make the most of it? Namaste.